Hey VC, Steve here with another video. I thought I'd show some OG presses that I really haven't shown before. There's probably about 4 or 5 I've shown throughout my video catalog, but there's definitely 5 of them I've never shown, and I thought I'd do that. As you know, most of my collection got destroyed in the Joplin tornado, and I had some stuff survive. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and show this to get to the showing. A lot of these I've seen Analog Archive show, Dennis over there, Merciful Metal, Thomas's channel, and Simon over at Explosive Action. And every time they show some of those, I'm like, God, I used to have that damn album, and don't anymore. But then there's a couple of there I do have. So anyway, in the background, I'm gonna get on with this video. In the background, we'll be listening to Fate's Warning, Inside Out. This is my 1994 press. It's OG of this album. I love Fate's Warning, and since I'm doing a video about speed metal, most of these are speed metal. There's some thrash and there's some traditional heavy metal or first wave heavy metal. And some maybe kind of glammy, but one I know you'll all love. But anyway, yeah, so that's what's playing in the background. It's Fate's Warning, and I'll get on with this. I'm already a minute in. First I'll show is this gem, this Swedish speed metal, thrash metal gem from 1991. This is Destiny, Nothing Left to Fear. This fantastic metal right here, just absolutely killer stuff. That's the sheet there, and it's a fantastic record. This is on Active Records. I've had people offer me a lot of money for this one, and then there's a lot of people that don't know what this is. But if you haven't heard it, of course I'm going to post links in the description below. Just really good stuff. This one happens to have, it's got some more stuff in there. It's got this Music for Nations catalog still in it, which shows all that good stuff. Just really cool. Just fantastic you're having all this stuff still. But Under One Flag's on here too, Music for Nations. Just a bunch of different stuff. Zappa Records, Rough Justice, Under One Flag, Music for Nations, Metal Blade Records, and Food for Thought. And of course it has Zappa in the background. But fantastic album. If you have not heard this thing, I suggest checking it out. So that's my first one, Destiny. Nothing Left to Fear. Fantastic. Look at that artwork. Killer shit. Second is one that I see a lot of people show, and I always wanted to show it in something. This is some hellacious thrash metal, speed metal. This is Coven. Blessed is the Black, OG press on Ever Records, and it's fantastic stuff. This one comes with still has the lyric sheet in it. Cool stuff. This old freaking rap, and look at that. But yeah, another fantastic album that everybody needs in their collection. I remember buying this one just because that artwork was so fucking awesome. I love that artwork. Played the crap out of this back in the day, and still listen to it till this day. Coven. This was released in 1987, by the way. Fantastic. Coven. Look at that artwork. Killer shit. Next one is from 1986. I want to say 87. This is Holy Moses, a German thrash metal band. This is Queen of Siam, female-fronted vocalist. Another one of my favorite German Teutonic thrash bands. Absolutely outstanding. This is on GWR Records. But look at that artwork. Absolutely holy grail. album to a lot of people. But favorite song on this is Necropolis, Devil Dancer, Queen of Siam, the title track, Bursting Rest, and Torches of Hire. Good shit. Holy Moses, Queen of Siam. Next one is nice EP. I've had forever. Hirax and Hate, Fear, and Power. I seen Dennis show this, and I'm like, wow, I still got the hype sticker on mine. I think he does too. But the hype sticker says, a major step forward for the Orange County Ragers, metalcore band, heavy drums, grinding axes, and melodic vocals. Back then, the suggested retail price was $6.98, and also available on high quality Cobalt cassette. Hirax is one of those bands, that speed metal bands, that I just fucking absolutely adore. Here's the nice little deal. This is on Metal Blade Records, of course. The old logo. Get it the right way. And then here's a nice lyric sheet. And then this little order form. Killer album, killer EP, speed metal, but just fucking killer shit. One of those albums that I've listened to over and over again. Played the shit out of this Hirax album. Next one is this one, Attacker, the Second Coming. I used to have the Battle of Helm's Deep, but it got destroyed in the tornado, and this is one that's all that's left. This one was released in 1988. This one's on Pipeline Records. Mercenary Records, sorry, Mercenary. And it's always hard to get this one out. Just fantastic speed metal. But Mercenary Records, there's the Camel label. They were doing that back then as well. And just a fantastic album. If you haven't heard of this album or Battle of Helm's Deep, you're missing out on some hellacious speed metal. This is an American band, and I'm gonna have a tough time. There's the lyric sheet. Nice little thing, special thanks. Pictures of the guys. Fantastic album, from start to finish. Always do that. Attacker, the Second Coming, killer album. And of course, I need to show this one. Grim Reaper. I've showed this before. See You in Hell, RCA Records. Probably one of the oldest records in my collection. One of the first I got. I always liked the song title track, See You in Hell. And but yeah, anyway, this one's kind of rough. It's seen better days, but still plays pretty good. But anyway, I thought, nice shout out to Steve Grimmett, R.I.P. and killer stuff, killer album. Grim Reaper, See You in Hell. This one's more common than not, but it's my favorite Rainbow album. On the Oyster Records with Ronnie James Dio. It's my favorite Rainbow album. I like this one and Long Live Rock and Roll, but this one has Stargazer on it. And yeah, Polydor Records or Oyster Records. Fantastic one. Stargazer, Terror Woman. Just fantastic stuff. I'm gonna try to put it back in there. So probably going through these quick, but just you guys should know these. Another one I've showed several times because it's one of my favorite speed metal albums of all time. Metal Church, self-titled album on Elektra Records. This is actually not first press. They had another press of it, and then whenever they got signed to Elektra, they did The Dark, and then they reissued this one on Elektra. There's a nice paper sleeve and nice Elektra logo. Fantastic album. Needs no introduction whatsoever. ever. One of the best albums ever made. One of them. I've showed this a couple of times as well, but this S7 Churches on Combat and Boss cover. I've had this album since, like, I don't know how long, ever. And this is the green label Combat. Now their album, I've got like 5 or 6 copies of this album. I got the cassette, I got 2 vinyl versions of reissue. I don't play this one as much anymore, I'm afraid to. But another just hands down classic album that everybody knows. Killer album. And then the last of this, oh, I got a couple more. Queensryche's EP. Another just phenomenal album. I put this in the power metal, American power metal, speed metal area. This album right here is mini album or EP, whatever you want to call it, just killer. This one's on EMI Records. I also have the first press cassette, which I've showed many times. That's how much I love this album. I do not have a digital copy or CD. This album needs to be listened to in analog, in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, that's one killer album. Love this one. And then last but not least, I think this is Megadeth, of course. Killing is my business. What can I say about this album? It's my favorite Megadeth album by far. By far. I mean, Rest in Peace is good. All those albums are good, but this is my favorite one. That's the original sleeve. I put it in this black sleeve years ago, just to protect it, but to get out of that paper. But on Combat, on green, or not green, but on camo. I think the first press is actually on green, but another fantastic album that everybody needs to have. A lot of people don't like Dave Mustang's vocals, and I think they're fantastic, especially on this album. I love the jazzy kind of sounding drum work on this thing, and everything about it. But anyway, that's the showing of my OG presses. I just showed, I think, 10, maybe 11, I don't know. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this album as much as I do. I've been wanting to show those for years, but never had an avenue to do that. And then when I started doing videos, I wanted to show mainly the reissues, because predominantly my collection is reissues. But a lot of people are not going to find those, and if they do, they're going to pay an arm and a leg for them. So I've always decided to show just the reissues, what's available. And anyway, that's my video. Hope you dig. Now I get to be up there with those other 3 I mentioned earlier with the OG presses. Y'all have a good one. Later.